Hello everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back, Flower.
Good evening.
All right. Let's get right into the topic today, right? We're gonna be talking about like how to set up for success. I will say this is more like about career and planning and how do you set up yourself. And I wanted to start with this thing like on what are your goals to the future? Like usually we will answer that question with oh, I want to be famous or I want to reach this many people following me on certain platform or like let's say you're a streamer you're like oh I want 1,000 people to follow me by this month and how are you getting there? What is your path? What are you planning for? Most of the time the goals we set up are not realistic. We want thousands, but what about saying let's get 20. Let's get that first 20 people in. And then after we get the 20, we go for 50. After the 50, we go for 100. I'm sorry for the noise. If you guys can hear it, there's something going out outside. But sorry about that. Okay. So going back to goals, like we're you have 50 people following, let's go for 100. After the 100, 500, and so on. So that's my way of seeing like the goals you gotta set up when you're starting in the entertainment industry. Cause like if you go for let's say the thousand, let's say you want 1,000 people following you in the first month. Guess what? You're gonna fail. Most of the time, you're gonna fail because you're not being realistic.
Let's not say the word fail. Let's be optimistic. Let's not use the entire word fail. Let's let them know that it's not a realistic goal
Exactly.
to get there unless you're contacting organically in person 10,000 people. Then you might get your 10% goal of 1,000 followers.
Exactly. Uh, I was working with this small artist once, and my rule was 1%, not even 10. Because if your reach, let's say within Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or any platform, is 10,000 people, 1% of that is like 100, right? So how I see it. Like out of every people you reach, if you get one, you're already winning.
I think it
Uh,
really can come down to it being a numbers game. How many people you tell, how many platforms you use, how catchy you can catch people into what you're doing. Because people can scroll right by you too. You have to have something
exactly. You have something.
that
You gotta
catches
have
them.
something catchy, but at the beginning, every single person that you get counts. Because, like, those first 20 can turn into 50. Because they will share your stuff if you, like, tell them to. Most of the time, they will, like, oh, I like what he's doing. Let me share it to a friend. Like with music, I like this song this person make. Let's share it with a friend on Facebook. Actually, there was this band. It's practically new. They are called Father of Peace on Instagram, and they got very viral on Instagram. They did something very catchy with the videos and stuff, but not only that, people were sharing them. So like it's mostly about like putting yourself in front of people, but like telling your people, asking your people, like, can you please share? Let's say out of the 20 people, at least five people share your stuff. Um, then out of those five people, you don't know how many people are gonna see what like you posted. So
It really is a game of chance these days,
yeah,
with all the
so
social media and YouTube and things like that. you have a better chance now than you definitely did back in the day, having to put thousands and thousands of dollars and man hours into that. Not
And
saying you
that's
don't need it, but it's a little bit easier to reach more people
so
fast.
it is about doing the job, but like what I mean is like set up realistic goals, set up goals you can actually reach, and like
Yes.
even when putting a time frame, be careful with the time frames because sometimes I needed to reach 1,000 followers in 1 month and you didn't get there, but you got, let's say, 200 in that month. Oh, so maybe it was not the goal I set, it was the time frame I put to it. Because if I'm getting to 200 followers every month, it means it's going to take me 5 months to reach 1,000. So that's what I mean. It's like, how do you work towards that? And like, not only posting, but watching the metric you set to yourself. Because it's easy to say I failed to reach the goal before you actually reach it.
Make your goals. I think too, it's important in this industry to make your goals movable. If you don't reach the goal, not to really blame or get frustrated, just move the goal
Exactly.
and create a new goal.
So with that comes a lot of planning. Like, what are you doing to get in front of the people that are gonna see your content, any type of content, music, video, or whatever? So let's say you're a music artist. How are you organizing yourself in terms of let's say social networks? How often are you posting your music? How often are you posting a song? Nowadays, they say that you gotta post a song every 8 weeks to be actually able to get something through most of the time. No, I don't think that's really the number. I think that number can go up and down, like 8 weeks, 12 weeks, or down to 4 weeks, depending on your workflow. Because some artists work really fast, some others like to take their time between songs. But behind that song, you gotta have a marketing plan. You gotta know that before you upload a song to a platform, you gotta take at least 4 weeks to market that song before it
Yeah,
actually
I
releases.
agree. And in some cases, I think like 90 days. Like you can take a single and you can do clips, and you can do clips for 12 weeks leading up to a release. And then you have a good fan base, people waiting to hear the song. The song is already popular. Being able to have all of the reach of all of the radio stations to be able to put music out that way as well, send them the music. But you can do, a good 90 days leading up to a good rollout. And the song picks up along the way. It's kind of like one of those dirt balls, like avalanche balls. You
Hmm.
start rolling it at the top of the hill and you kind of roll it all the way down. And by the time it gets to the bottom of the hill, it's a huge ball.
So my biggest question to most artists or influencers is gonna be like, where do you see yourself? Not in 5 years. Where do you see yourself in 1 week? Where do you see yourself in 2 weeks? 3 weeks? A month from now? That's like the actual question you should ask yourself. Like, what is your goal for next week? Let's say, okay, I want 5, 10 extra followers on my platform. If you're a very small like influencer, let's say you're just starting to stream. Oh, you want 5, 10 followers next week? Okay, now you gotta work towards that goal. You gotta set up a calendar. You gotta set up a schedule. Like, okay, I want to stream every day or every 2 days. Then are you gonna be having clips of that stream? Like, what are you gonna be doing to get content in front of that people so they can actually see you? So same
And
same.
with that also helps if you're going to be streaming and you know you're going to stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can start making yourself a commercial that says that you're going to be streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Give people a place, a time, and a call to action. And you will find that you will get more people to retain the information rather than just coming upon your live and perhaps joining in.
So that's my actual point today. I don't want to like tell you, oh, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? How do you plan your career 5 years from now? No, because your career is starting now, and you cannot wait to see 5 years because you really don't know where you're gonna be 5 years from now. You gotta see what are you doing now to move that, to move your numbers, to move like what's going on behind you as an artist or influencer, entertainer. That's the thing. So that's what I tend to tell like everybody I work with so far is like not only what's your story, because that's the first thing I ask everybody. What's your story? What's behind you? So that I can have an image of who you are and what you're doing. But what are you doing right now? That's the second question I tend to ask people. Like us, I last week I told my story. Now, what am I doing right now to start promoting this podcast? For example, um, right now I'm working on creating the Instagram page. I have the YouTube page, obviously, and I'm probably gonna create a Facebook page too, just to be able to share this podcast to other people. That's what I'm doing right now. Next, uh, we record every Sunday, probably uploading every Monday, depending on how things go. Sometimes life happens, we gotta set backwards, like things backwards a little bit. But most of the time, we record Sundays, release on Mondays, and it's every Monday on YouTube. That's what I'm doing to like make this podcast content constant and to get in front of people, creating social networks. Probably gonna be creating clips very soon to upload to those social networks. It's hard to create them sometimes because of the lack of time, but I'm trying. Um, and that's what I'm doing to get in front of people. So, what is my first goal? Right now, I think we made with the first episode 4 people on YouTube, which is not a lot, but to me, it's something because I have other podcasts that gets one view a month, and it's because I haven't been promoting that. But this one,
If there
I
were
already
four
started.
people in front of you at the grocery store, you would be annoyed at having to wait. So
Exactly. So, like, and it's a start. We had 10 views, so that means there's interest in these topics. Even because I haven't shared anything yet, and there's already people watching it. So people are looking for this. Now I have the product. Now I have to tell you I have the product, and that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to do, and that's my plan forward. Like, okay, let's create the socials. Let's share clips. Let's share the videos. Let's share pictures. Anything that's related to the podcast that are gonna bring that people into this podcast, for example. And planning that is important. Like I said, have a calendar. Create your own calendars, your schedules. Like if you're a streamer, create your schedules. If you're a music artist, like how often you release your music is important because you have to plan your releases. You cannot go releasing music like crazy because guess what? Nobody's gonna see it. I had a song that had I think 35,000 visits on Spotify. I have another one that doesn't pass the thousands. So everything depends on like how how are you getting ready for the release of the song, but not only like how much work are you putting behind what you're doing. with that song, like the one with the 35,000, I was every day like trying to get playlists to play my song. Like I was sharing it everywhere. Like it's constant work. It's not something that happens from one day to another. Like you
No,
have.
and and being able to know what to do is half the battle. There are a lot of trustworthy smaller companies out there that know this part, that you can totally find a budget for, or make yourself some money to create a budget for, and they can help you at least set up these things to where there's apps now that you can use that can set yourself up on a schedule. It'll post on a time schedule for you. There's so many different ways now, and that's the exciting part, I think, about being an artist or entertainer in today's market, is you don't have to rely on just getting a deal. You don't have to just go get popular and hope somebody listens to your music. You can literally place your music for free on multiple platforms. You can structure your business to where you can have an app posting it, 5 times a day, 5 times a week, in all of the different places. There's so much reach that you can get to. Start joining events and conferences and things. A lot of these things are free, and you just need to join them, and then you're going to be out networking with people, and always have a way to get back to your project on you. It doesn't have to be a business card. It doesn't have to be a copy of the music, but have, a scan link, or a way that I think if you want followers and you want them to get to a certain product, always have your phone available to be able to connect them right then and there through your Instagram or through your YouTube. Make sure they follow you right then and there, or subscribe to your page, and then you send them the song link and or whatnot. So those are just little tips and things you can use to help you get started in coming up with some of those goals.
Yeah, no, it is very important right now. Like, and also if you wanna, like, and this is a whole different topic for a second. If you want to have a phone number for a business, like there's Google Voice, so it's like you can actually also have a phone number for what you're doing that is not your own phone number. And Google Voice lets you have, and I'm doing an ad that nobody asked me for, but like it lets you like text and call even for free. So there's tools, you just gotta use them. Most of the time there's calendars, a lot of calendar tools everywhere. Even your phone can be your own calendar, keep track of everything you're doing, so you don't have to, like, let's say you don't have as many excuses as you did like 20, 20, 30 years ago, where there was not as many tools. Now everything is here. Now everything is on the phone, so it's very easy to do all of these stuff we're talking about, like just downloading an app or searching on Google how to do it most of the time. When it comes, I'm gonna switch like the topic a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about time management because that's also important, and that's where I'm very awful at. Not gonna lie, like I work and I sleep. That's what I do most of the time. Um, and for me, it's very hard to work around my schedule most of the time. Lately, on the other hand, um, I've I've been very good at keeping up with the podcast. Not only this one, but with other stuff I have with other friend that like I'm doing on the side. I'm keeping up on that every Sunday. Every Sunday is like my recording day. That day I'm working on podcasts. So um, you can do the same, like set up days for different tasks. If you are finding yourself without the time to do something, set up a specific day to do it. If you have, let's say, you record by yourself in your house, set up a day to record your music. Set up a day to write your music. Let's say you have a day job and you don't find the time to do what you're trying to do, like streaming, for example. Like set up a day to do it and a time to do it, and try to stick with that day and time. Because what that's gonna do is gonna create a routine where you're gonna come back to the same thing every time. It's like having a day job. Every day you get up 2 hours before your day job. If you have, let's say, 1 hour, 1 hour to 30 minutes to 1 hour drive, you wake up 2 hours before. You get ready. Takes you like 1 hour to get ready to go to work, and then you go to work. It's the same thing. Like every day is the same routine. So set up days. Let's say you work the whole day. Now you have 1 hour to come back home. After that hour, you get like you shower, you eat everything. Now, why not sit down 1 hour after coming home and eating and everything? Sit down 1 hour and do whatever you're trying to do. Write, record. Sometimes you're not gonna end up even doing anything, but you have that routine. So by the time you realize, you're actually getting work done. If you're a streamer and you're streaming at least that 1 hour every day, more people is gonna start noticing. Oh, he's here every day. Let me go back every day at this time to go see him. Cause I've seen it with a lot of friends of mine, and when I used to stream a few years ago, I was there every day. So the same people used to come and watch me, cause I was there every day for them at the same time. So they were already used. Oh, he gets, and it's weird, cause for me it's like I'm mostly awake at nighttime, so it was at midnight. Every night I was there, and the same people was always there with me at midnight. So it's about like setting up that schedule, setting up that time. Oh, I want to be there at that time every day. Same thing with recording. Let's say going back to recording music. Um, let's say you meet your producer once a month, and that's exaggerating. Obviously, you'll probably see them more often than that, but you see them like once a month. Oh, so why not make it a specific day of the month or a specific day of the week? You see your producer every week. Like, oh, so every Monday I'm gonna go see my producer, see where my tracks are at, like what's happening with my tracks, all of that. That scheduling is important because that's your material getting done.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because this also goes around budget, right? So your budget depends on what you also have time to do or what time you have to do based upon your budget. There's different levels of where you're at in the business. A lot of people have already saved the money that they need to start and do all of the things. Some people are using this opportunity to make money, and some people are doing a little bit of both. They have a job, maybe they have some money they invest, but they also make a little bit of money with their music or hope to with their career, right? So I think that your discipline depends on your budget. When you are able to pay for all of the things up front, you are able to create a different type of budget for yourself than you are if, let's say, you're struggling and you only have Saturday afternoons is your day off, but you also are trying to get music done and things like that. So I also suggest not to burn yourself out. Like he was saying, like Deborah was saying, if you only have once a month, then use that once a month. Just plan accordingly to get the most done in that day that you have and not stress out so much on a week to week and just do what you can do on the other side of things. Like, time management includes all of the things, not just, finding the time. It includes, everything to do with your budget, how you save yourself time, how you save yourself money. Sometimes you make money just to spend it to save yourself time. Sometimes your time is what you're saving the money for. So,
And that's like that's very important. Um, Going through the same thing, like going to the same topic of budget. Budget is one of the most important things for your career, even if you're starting for free, because it's not the same uh, having an income as having profit. Because your business or your music career can start making you some royalties. But let's say you're spending $20 on your distributor, like to distribute your music, then you're not having those $20 anymore, right? And let's say you're getting like less than 1,000 plays a month. Or actually, let's say you're getting that to that threshold of that 1,000 plays a month, because Spotify has that threshold to start paying people now. It didn't used to have it before. Now it has it. So the thing is, if that's the only money you're making, guess what? 2,000 plays and Spotify are like $5. So you're in the whole $15 still. That means you're making money, but you're not having a profit. You're having a loss. So at the end of the day, you gotta be very careful in how you're managing your money. I'm not saying don't distribute your music. Is that you gotta keep in mind that's money, that those $5 might as well put them back into this distributor, into the distributor, so you're not like losing $20. You're only losing 15. Sorry, to say it that way. So like, and that's gonna be not only with the distributor. It's like how much are you paying your producer? So those all that money you're using to like move your career forward. It's if you want to see it this way, maybe not a loss but an investment, and you want to recover that money later on. That so that you can finally have a profit on your business. If not, guess what? You can call it a hobby because you're spending a lot of money on the hobby, but you're not making any money. And I don't want to sound pessimistic about things, but it is what it is. Like if you're spending a lot of money, maybe be more careful with the money you're spending, because you don't want to get you don't want to like be broke because you're spending your money
for goodness sakes,
with
keep
this.
receipts. Everything you do is your business. Everything with your
Exactly.
music is your business and your brand. So even before you create your entire business, you're still spending on your business. You're investing time, money, resources into your business. Save receipts, document times and dates that you record, people that you've paid. Make sure you record and document everything, because even if you are just going at it and trying to get everything off the ground, next year you're going to have to explain everything that you did and all of the people that you paid. So I say documentation and receipts is like probably 90% of of you know budgeting.
Oh yeah. When it comes to the like, if you're doing this as a business, if you're trying to make money, it is better to have documentation on everything. Like any expense, even if it's for gas, something as simple as gas is an expense. And guess what? If you're actually doing it as a business, it's something you can write off of your taxes later on. So there's only a certain amount you can do, if I'm not wrong. But you talk to
Depends
your
on how
accountant.
that depends on how you set up the business.
Exactly. But you talk to your accountant, and your accountant can tell you better, like on that. You go, we're gonna talk about like the team later, but there's two people that you always want to have around: an accountant and a lawyer.
Yes. Oh, and I'll take this moment. And since we're speaking of having accountants and lawyers, two people you want to have around. If you need any kind of lawyer services or law services or any kind of lawyer advice, I do have access to that. So definitely get with me about that. For less than the price of car insurance, which I suggest you have, is lawyer service. And it works like life insurance or like car insurance. It's there when you need it, and you can actually tap into it more than you can life or car insurance, because you can ask questions 24 hours a day. You can have all types of advice at your fingertips, and then even access to retain a lawyer should something go wrong or somebody try to sue you or you need to sue somebody. So yes, always have law services at your fingertips, like having a lawyer on retainer like me. And if you are interested, I definitely have a link that you can go to, or I'm available to answer any of your questions. Back to
Yes.
you, Daryl.
Please send me the links later so I can put them on the
Yes,
description if you have
definitely.
them, because that's very important to have.
Very
Like,
important. No, I definitely suggest it. I've had a lawyer on retainer for the past 10 years.
and it's the best thing to do. Having somebody you can always ask questions to, because we don't know all the answers.
No
We
one
just
does. Yeah.
know that we have to find the right person to answer them, the questions we have. So yeah, and that's mostly it for time management and budget. Like, make sure you're keeping track of the time you're setting up to do something. Mainly, if you're very bad at scheduling like me, like, have specific days or times that you can create a routine so you don't have to think about it, and you just get back to doing it every time. Like I said, Sundays are my recording day for podcasts and everything. So I do all my podcasts on Sundays. So have a
And
routine.
And also with that too, because when you're starting out, you're not usually paying yourself because you're not making a profit. So this
Hmm.
also comes into play later on when you do go to pay yourself or find out how much allowance or whatever you're worth. You need to know how many hours you worked, how many hours went into the project, when you recorded, when you made phone calls, when you had appointments with people. All of these things the details need to be logged and curated, because they will all come into play later on, when it comes to the financial side and time management side of things.
We will do a whole episode on finances, and that
Yeah.
one might be funny. Um,
Yeah, because a lot of people forget to go back and pay themselves. Like they'll put in 4 years of work to build their brand and build their business, and yeah, they might pay themselves back for like the money that they invested into making flyers or booking a show or something like that, but they forget to pay themselves back for the actual hours that they worked or invested into things as simple as phone calls, driving to an event, doing a podcast or things like that, for sure.
yes, and about how to pay yourself on your business. Like, always talk to an accountant; they'll know better on that. Because I'm very bad at that. Like, I'm very bad at accounting for what I've been doing onto something. I just keep on doing it most of the time.
Well,
And
before it even gets to accounting, it's time accounting, right? So
yeah,
that goes into time management. So, you may not have a set amount that you're going to pay yourself. You may not have that for 5 more years,
uh,
but to know that you put in 15 hours this week,
yep.
to know
On
that you put in, 60 hours for the month of April 2026 or something like that. Then when you go back, you can give a definitive number to those things. It might be 50,000 a year, and just as a salary amount based upon how many hours you really did tally up and total up.
You're totally right. And not only that, you can keep track of it other ways. Like, right now, like I said, I have a set day for recording my podcast. So if I wanted to go back, I know that out of 52 weeks a year, I record something at least 40 of those 52 weeks. So I have a time, to say it that way. Like I have a certain amount of time that I can calculate according to that. So that's important to have too. So if you're not actually like keeping track of everything, at least you can go back. Oh, I recorded this many podcasts, so that means I recorded this many weeks, and I'm spending probably 1 hour for each podcast. So oh, now I can add everything up and give you a number that's real because it's there. Like it's recorded somehow. It's the same thing. You can probably have an Excel sheet, or even if you're writing on a note, like you open up a note on your phone, or even if you have a notebook, like me, I like carrying notebooks. So write everything down. It doesn't take long, and it can save you money. Not only that, later when we get into contracts, this is gonna sound very funny, but you can have a contract written down in a napkin. It's still a contract, so keep that in mind. Um, so that's for later because we're gonna get into contracts, and that's gonna be a whole other topic. Like I said, financials and contracts. Those are two different episodes later on. So going back on like managing yourself, because what we're talking here is like, how are you managing yourself? It's not only like setting goals and everything. Like, how do you measure your success? Because, like I said, I had this 1% metric. If I'm reaching 1% of the people, like if I'm getting back 1% of the people I reach staying, I'm already winning. That's my metric for success. But to be real, most of the time you're gonna have a bigger metric than that on what you think is a successful release or a successful video, a successful stream. Say you're streaming every day. So the first day you only reach two people. So okay, not that great of a stream. But the second day you reach four people. Oh, so now it's getting somewhere. So now you're having a metric. You're having something like, okay, this is what I feel is my successful number. And then it comes to a point where you getting at least 20 people every day watching your stream. Now you're like, oh, this is good. So this is a successful stream. Now I'm getting 20 streams every day. Now I'm reaching my a success, and that number keeps on growing. Now you're reaching the point where you want it to really be at. So yeah, maybe sometimes, oh, I'm not reaching the number I wanted to, but the next day you have another opportunity to reach that number. It's about not giving up. But at the same time, if you're not reaching that number you want to reach, what can you do to reach it? So, because sometimes you're not getting that 1%, not even, you're getting a zero. So now, what do I have to change in order to get that number? Let's see. Go back to your videos or your songs. What did better? Let's say the first day you did pop song, the second day you did hip hop, and the pop song did better than the hip hop, which today will be backwards. Let's be honest. But let's say the
I
pop song.
I was gonna say along with that too. I've had several booking agents and promoters talking with a few of the younger artists because there's a few younger artists that are kind of all over the place. They haven't really picked a genre. They haven't really picked a niche. They can do, pop, they can do rock, they got a little uh rap, they got, and
I'll be
it's
me,
kind
doing a
of
little
hard.
bit of everything.
Yeah, so though it's good to have versatility, and though it's really good to be able to do those things when you are just beginning and things like that, it's really important to kind of focus on maybe one smaller range so people can really find out who you are. They can get to know you later. You can switch up your style later, but pick your best style, the one that's going to get you in the most doors, the one that you can perform more than any, and lead with that, because you don't want to be too confusing to where people kind of don't take you seriously.
Yeah,
Is
that's what
what
I was going
that's
to.
what I've been hearing from
In
a
a
lot of the
sense,
booking agents.
not only for the music but for the videos. So you're having, let's say your pop song is doing better than your hip hop song, then maybe you have an opportunity on the song type of thing. So you want to do more pop songs, or vice versa. You're getting more hits on your hip hop, then you want to do more hip hop. See where that takes you. Because if something is staying at the same number, it's probably because you need to change something. So look back. What is giving you more numbers? Maybe do a little bit more of that, or whatever is giving you a little bit more. I'm not saying stop doing it, like whatever else you want to do, because I'm one of those type of persons that I like to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. But just know your venue and know who you're working with, know who you're talking to, do some homework, because you don't want to present yourself as one type of artist when you're capable of doing something else
Exactly.
to the wrong people. Yeah.
So at the same time, when you're trying to
Or
catch an
right.
audience, you don't want to like uh, go to a place where your audience is getting bored of you in a sense of like, I don't like what he's doing, so I'm gonna stop watching him. No, you want to like appeal to that audience. You want to like keep them engaged. So if they're liking more of a certain type of content, give them more of that, and then switch around a little bit, play around, because you're never gonna stop playing around and trying to do new things.
Yeah.
But give them more
But
of what they want.
keep in mind that if you're an emo artist, you're probably not going to want to talk to the country booking agent and try to get
Oh no,
on their stream,
agents.
not yet at least.
No, when you're going through agents, that's a whole other story. Because
Yeah.
obviously, like you don't want to go um, to the orchestral type of agent if you're a rock band. It's not gonna get you anywhere.
Right.
So it's the same with the audience. If you're already like getting an audience somewhere, keep doing that, and yeah, maybe do something else on the side if you want. But
Right.
don't forget, this is what getting you the money,
Right. Right. Right.
and that's the thing. That's where you gotta go. Like go where the money gets you, and then do the fun stuff on the fun stuff on the side. Then but come back to the money, then do the other stuff. Let's say as a hobby if you want. You can keep it as part of your business, obviously, but still keep track of what you're doing. Because
And if it's not costing you anything, don't get mad at the exposure. Go ahead and take the exposure. Get on a show. If people are giving you free exposure, get it. As long as it's not costing you anything, like you're not losing anything to go get that exposure. Don't just be like, "Oh, I don't work for exposure." Yes, yes you do. You do until they're offering money.
yes and no. It's a little bit of both.
I'm just
Because
saying, if it's not costing you, that's what I'm saying. If
yeah,
it's not costing you, and if you're not
but
being cast away to get it, don't get turned off by getting some.
for smaller artists, for starting up artists, it is very important to do open mics. Like doing open mics, sometimes people but I want to play for free. You know what you're getting out of those open mics? Lot of experience. And a lot of people, but I don't want to go to an open mic. Ah, do it for fun, man. Like, it's gonna get you somewhere. Because then the next time you get on stage, you are not gonna be as nervous. So you're probably not gonna mess up as much. Even if you want to go, like, if you're a hip hop type of artist and you want to go do karaoke, go do karaoke. It's gonna give you experience. It's gonna give you like that that idea of, oh, I've been in front of an audience. Now I know how it feels to sing in front of people or to rap in front of people. So do open mics as many as
And
you
you can
can.
get a lot of really loyal fans that way too.
Yes.
There's a lot of local loyal fans in places like that that will stay by your side from the beginning because they were so excited that they got
Oh,
to
I mean,
see
I
you at your
started the
first
first
open
time.
mic night.
And then, like, once you get famous, that guy is still gonna be there because they saw you
Yeah.
play the first time. But they go, oh, I saw this artist. Oh, I remember him. So good now. So that's very important. Do open mics, plan for them. Like, get ready. Have somebody who's gonna record you at your open mic. Cause guess what? Anything you do live is content, so you can use that content and release it later. I had a um, piano player once. Um, he's very good, and I had him go through open mics. I had him like do a lot of other stuff, and it was great because he was advancing little by little. He was moving, and he's a piano player, and which, let's be honest, is not the most famous type of genre right now. So if like you can work with someone that plays a solo instrument and he's getting somewhere, that means any other artist that are doing what's popular right now can get somewhere. You just gotta get in front of the right people, plan for what you're doing, and also plan your content. Because if you're doing open mics and you recorded your open mic with an iPhone, like, or an Android phone or Google Pixel, whatever, you recorded your stuff. Guess what? You can post it on Reels or on TikTok, and it's gonna give that people that are actually like looking at your stuff, like that version of you, it's gonna give them a little bit more content. You have more content that you can schedule for later. You don't even have to post it the same day you're doing it, but it's keeping your constant posting. Because what I tell to everyone, like everybody, is that if you want to get somewhere, you need to post at least once a week, which is not a lot. Most people
In my
nowadays
world,
post
it's
every
once a
day.
day. You're running a little losing
I'm going
program
slow.
once a
I'm
week.
going slow.
I'm on every day, three
I'm going
times a
slow.
day.
Like I'm going the slow mode. But like, let's be honest. There's people that don't want to spend a lot of time on the socials. Then post at least once a week. If you can,
But they have the
if you can
apps.
do
They
it.
have the apps. You spend an hour a week and you set it up and it'll post up to like 70 different times.
My favorite is 3 times a week, not 3 times a day. 3 times a week. That's what I like. Because you're not overwhelming people with a lot of stuff. You're just giving them the important stuff, but you're not leaving so much space in between that people are gonna forget it. You are there. You just
See,
keep
I
them.
feel like and I feel like there's an everyday option but
Oh,
different times of the day.
if there's
But that's my world, you know what I mean? Like yeah, so but
no,
nothing is
but
wrong and nothing is right. It's all about how you choose
like
to, you know.
it depends on what kind of posting you're doing. Because if you're somebody who lives in Instagram, you might as well be posting every day. But because if you're a streamer and you're streaming every day, guess what? You need to post every day because that's content. That's what's gonna bring more people in, especially in Twitch and Kick. These platforms, like, you need to bring people from outside, so you need to post your clips so that they come to you. With music, Like music, you don't have to post every day. That's why I said like 3 times a week. That's for me. It's perfect. If you want to post every day, go ahead. It's it's good. You want to post twice a day, go ahead.
Well,
Just make sure
because
your
when you
posts
think
aren't
of
on
it
the
being
same day.
yeah, when you think of it being a numbers game, you have to remember that you're not just posting to the people that are following you. The
Yeah,
way that the systems are set up, they are posting for you. You are gaining more followers every post that goes out. So if you are strategic about your posts and you're posting all the time and all the time, I mean, you can have one song and you can have 75 clips of that song. Somebody might not be interested in the same 3 words each time you
exactly.
post, so you might want to catch them off guard and throw another part of the song. You could break that song up 75 different ways.
Yeah.
I think that posting every day is important because you're reaching audiences. You have to think of there being what, billions, 8 billion people in the world. So I think that the more you post, the more option your posts have to reach markets that are not your current market.
Okay.
And that's just something to think about.
On the other hand, and this is why I don't like posting so often. Sometimes you run out of ideas, or sometimes your posts are very similar, and that's actually not good because he's like he's posting the same thing every day. I don't want to watch this.
Right. Well, that's good then, because these apps that they have, you can take away areas too. So just because you have it posted every day, you can take it away from your main followers every other day, or you don't have to post to the same people every day to be posting every day.
No,
That's
okay,
where I,
yeah,
that's where I, and for me, it's about how fast or slow you want to grow. Because though you're posting to your people every 3 days or 3 times a week, and that's fine, but you're now becoming more focused on offending people who are already in your reach, rather than reaching people who can discover you.
so yeah, uh, I have
That's why
I have
the
many issues.
schedule. That's why,
This
but
guy,
that's what I mean with the apps that have the option
that's a good
to
thing
be
with them
able
too.
to exclude people you've already posted to on your end would then make sense to, what I'm saying, would make sense for you, because you don't want to bombard those people with more.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I just do it so, like times a week. The way I thought of about it was like I don't want to overwhelm people with the same content, and like I think it keeps you that time in between. But you're right too. Like if you're using tools to space it out or like play around the areas of your posting and everything, then use the tools. It's better
Yeah.
because you just want to reach as many people as you can,
Yeah,
and
because it really
that's
does come down to a numbers game, because you could be posting and none of the people that are your 1,000 followers, say you have 1,000 followers on Instagram, those 1,000 people, you might get 500 likes, you might get
you might
20
get
shares.
100.
Yeah, but you might post a post that reaches 5,000 new people today just because it hit an algorithm, and somebody else says, "Oh, that's good," or "That's funny," or "I like that." And then so you just never know. And I think that that's the part of the numbers game, is you really just don't know. So the more people you contact, the more your stuff is getting moved around and floated around and talked about. Um, and that's another thing. It's not just posting. You got to kind of hype yourself up.
Yeah,
You got to do a few interviews, and you got to do a few press releases, and you need to send your music to people who count and who make
and
it work, not just
who's
those.
gonna care about your music?
Yeah.
In music specifically. Let's go back to music because that's the area we know the most. Uh, it's very important that you're sending the music to the right people because you don't want to send a rock song to a hip hop audience. They're not gonna care. You want your rock song to go to the rock audience So let's say you have an ad um, running on any platform. Let's say YouTube. You have an ad of a video of a song you made on YouTube. Um, Now, who are you sending that ad to? The people that are trying to watch the hip hop video, or you just gonna go, oh, there's this type of audience that like rock. I'm gonna post my rock song to them. You want to like make sure you're aiming for the right audience. The piano player, you don't want to like send your calm piano music to Puerto Rico. Most of the Puerto Rican audience are not gonna care. There's gonna be people that cares. Obviously, there's always a little number. But what if we put your calm piano music on Japan or Turkey or these countries like European countries, North Europe and stuff, where the culture is a little bit more like they're more calm and like stuff like that. They may like your piano music a little bit more. Sorry, I'm like aiming a little bit to the stereotypes, but marketing, sadly, it is a lot about stereotypes. So if you aim for a stereotype, you're probably gonna catch the right audience. And
But there
I don't
are,
want it
but
to
there's
sound bad.
also no, but the cool thing about again being able to have the resources and tap in today to some of these free resources, you can literally type into AI, "Hey, I'm a rock artist. How would I market to rap community? How would I market to hip hop community? How would I market to a contemporary community?" And they will give you ideas on how to even go about that and how to enter your
I,
genre into their liking.
I will say not only ask the AI, going to Google, like bypass the Google AI, ask the question and look for articles of people asking the same question.
Mhm.
Read them because those people went through the same question you had and they probably found an answer.
Yeah.
So it's not only about AI. AI is great. I love using AI for a lot of stuff. At the same time, don't abuse AI and do a bit more of research. Ask the AI for the sources it used to feed your answer because sometimes you can find something else through that. So always like try to go for more than one option. Don't go for the first answer. Get as many answers as you can so you can make an oriented decision. Especially with marketing, because marketing is not easy. Like when I got into marketing the first time, I didn't know what I was doing, and I still sometimes don't know what I'm doing. But I have a small idea, and I like to research stuff, so I don't mind going in and spending hours reading articles, trying to figure out how to market something I want to market. Do the same research, look for the right answers, and then go get your stuff into the right people. Because I make a podcast about League of Legends. I'm not gonna go to the people oh World of Warcraft like oh here's my podcast about League of Legends. They're not gonna watch it. I gotta go to the League of Legends players. And sorry, I'm a nerd, but yeah, that's what it is. Like you gotta look for who's the audience you're trying to reach, and then like aim to market to that audience. You can go ahead, Flower. Think I lost her. So, what do you think are common mistakes people make in when they're starting on the entertainment industry as an artist or as an influencer?
I think that they just trust too many people instead of doing their own due diligence. They think that somebody else is going to help them to get wherever they need to go instead of actually putting in the work to be where you're at. I think that that's pretty much probably the biggest mistake that people make is just thinking that they've got a voice or they recorded a song and now it's just gonna blow up overnight.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the biggest issues, right? Setting unrealistic goals, like we talked earlier, is one of the biggest mistakes. You want that's why I said always start small. Start with the smallest goals you have. Like aim for a little bit of people, then aim for a bigger number, and start building up like that. Because if you're building an audience, like you're not gonna build it in one day.
Yeah.
Some people they say, and I don't believe it's totally true, but they say to build a music career, you need at least 8 years.
I think that today it varies
I,
though because
that's
you
what I
could
mean.
do the right work and you could really get
I
the
don't
motion.
I don't believe it takes 8 years, but I believe it takes time,
Yeah, definitely.
and that's
But
where
I
I'm.
think that there's an importance in today's day and age that you also get yourself out there. And so you're 8 years into it and not 8 years struggling to start. So that by the time you're 8 years in, you're noticed, you're in, you're got projects going on, people know who you are, you've got a good motion. And, instead of like, spending the 8 years to kind of build yourself up.
And that's
It's
the thing.
okay to get out there these days. It's
Like
okay to record yourself making a video. It's okay to, have unrealistic goals sometimes too because you just never know anymore. So you could have both sets of goals and and have some fun with it. I think the most important part is to enjoy what you do.
I have one important thing to say is like it's okay to make mistakes,
Yeah.
and it's important to make mistakes because if not, how are you gonna learn? Like you gotta mess up 100 times to get the right one.
The second biggest mistake I think that people make is signing with somebody just because they see some kind of bit of money because they're so eager or so thirsty to think that they've made it because money, just getting a signed check doesn't mean you've made it at all. It means you were bought, and in most cases it means you're being controlled. So you have to really do your research. A lot of artists of the past are just coming up into this 10 and 20 years where they're just finally getting to be themselves and produce their own music. And these are artists that were very successful 20 years ago. All of you know their names in all different genres of music, and they're just now being able to own their own rights again after all those years. So you got to be really careful of those big paychecks and some of those goals for sure.
Yes, and do not think about like signing a contract as oh, I made it, I got a deal. No, you didn't get a deal, you got a debt most of the
A
time.
debt, exactly.
So like I was hearing a friend told me, oh, I want to be like this person that got 250K on a contract. Guess what, that person gotta deliver to that contract, because if not, they paying a million back instead of the 250K probably.
Yeah.
So like you gotta be very careful on like, oh, I want to sign a contract with this person or the other. Most of the time, like you do not aim for that. Aim to guide your own career, your own business as your own. And if you get a contract later on, read the contract, see where it's taking you, and if it's good for your business, then you take it. But if it's like a label trying to get benefit of your work, don't do it.
And
Because
that's where
there's a
the
lot
legal
of labels
services
doing
comes
that.
in. Having a lawyer on retainer that can look over contracts and things like that, it's just going to be in your benefit. So definitely.
It is very important that you're careful on every single paper you are signing. So do not go crazy if if your streamer don't sign with like these publishers. I don't remember the actual name of the thing. There was this thing. Um, there was a streamer not so long ago that had to break a contract because they were stealing money from her. Like, and you see it everywhere in the entertainment industry, not only in music. That's why I want to mention, like, be very careful with anything before signing. Read it, uh, see where the money is going, because sometimes, like, oh, the label's there, but something could be happening in the back that you didn't notice. So keep eye of everything you're doing. Um, and yes, let me see what else I have here. Sorry. Um, so be very careful with every contract you're signing. In agencies, like, that's what I was talking about. Sorry, the streamer had an agency. The agency was stealing her money. So be very careful with that. Be careful when you uh, reach certain type of audience. A lot of people are gonna come after you. So be very careful with that too, because they're gonna try, like, sell you stuff. Oh, I'm gonna get you this many audience for doing this or that. Do not believe them and do not sign anything.
Yeah, you
So,
can't trust people, and you can't trust people on an idea of what they can provide. If you're going to pay for services, pay for direct services only, at least in the beginning for sure. And not
um,
ballooned idea of what is being provided.
here's a very important thing: friendship is friendship, business is business. So, even if you're working with a friend, try to have a contract with them. Because if anything goes downhill and you're not talking to this person anymore, you don't have a contract, guess what? You're going to court eventually. But other than that, like, other than the mistakes with contracts, common mistakes like not managing, not planning, like not managing your time, not planning anything, all those little things we gotta be very careful about. And that's what I really wanted to talk about today. I think we got the whole topic through. Make sure you're measuring your progress, even if it's little progress. Every every little thing counts. So on my side, that's all today. Flower, do you have anything else to add?
No, actually, I think we touched the few things that you wanted to touch on. And I think we gave them some good options and some good ideas and some things to think about. So I'm happy with it.
So
Of course, there's always more to come. So make sure you tune in to our podcast
yes,
that's yet
to,
to be named.
I know I talk a lot, so please don't be mad at me for talking so much, and I stutter a lot too. But that's nature. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. As I always say, try to behave. Do not behave. Try to behave, and have a good time. Happy Father's Day to everyone, because I know it is June 21st when we're recording. It's gonna be posted later, but still, happy Father's Day and happy summer. Summer's here. So take care, everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.